In an effort to take care of my own health and nutrition, I decided that it was time for me to learn how to cook. From scouring the internet, I found these two sassy ladies who have their own fabulous little cooking show. I'm Mary Lou Mandel, your sassy survival guide, and I'm here with Chef AJ and Juliana Hever, and together,
we're the Chef
and the Dietitian, and we make healthy taste delicious.
Now, the Chef and the Dietitian is a show that's a little bit different than other cooking shows.
We're a whole food, plant-based cooking show using absolutely no processed food and nothing from what we call the evil trinity: no sugar, no oil, no salt.
Well, we're always teaching people about eating a whole food, plant-based diet and why it's so incredibly beneficial to your health to eat this way. And then people were like, well, what do we eat? What's out there? You know, they were worried about being limited, and we wanted to show them that it is so easy to make delicious, nutritious meals.
So what are we cooking today?
We are making a chocolate mousse torte that's not only vegan and raw, but has only 6 ingredients.
Let's do it.
The ingredients we're using are dates, walnuts, some orange juice, raw cacao powder, coconut, alcohol-free vanilla, and just to garnish some raw cacao nibs. What we're going to do first is make a crust. And instead of using flour, which is highly processed, we use a whole natural food. We're using walnuts.
And we love walnuts because only a half a cup a day will give you all of your omega-3 fatty acids.
So these are raw and they're unsalted. So I'm putting 1 cup in the food processor. And I'm actually going to grind this with the S-blade into what is like a flour-like consistency. And now I'm going to add my dates. And these are 8 ounces of dates. And make sure they're pitted.
How do you know when it's ready?
So this is the thing. This is a textural thing. So what we're looking for now is that it sticks together like this. And then we know we have enough dates. If it didn't, then I would add a few more dates. And what I look for is something called the break point. So I want to make it into a little ball, but I want to make sure that when I go like this, it doesn't crumble. So this is perfect. I'm going to add a little vanilla now. I like alcohol-free. I just think it tastes better in desserts.
Vanilla instead of
right,
alcohol.
Instead of the alcohol. Yeah. But only add your vanilla after it's at the point you like the texture. So now for the filling, I have 6 ounces of walnuts. And so this is where we get our good fats. We don't need to use butter. We don't need to use cream. We don't need to use eggs. So now when I made the crust, I processed it very briefly because I wanted a flour-like consistency. But for this, I'm going to let it run for a few minutes. I'm actually going to turn this into a walnut butter. You can buy a pre-made walnut butter, but it's much less expensive if you just do it yourself. So now you can see that this is a totally different texture than the crust, because I turned it into a creamy nut butter without any added oil or salt. So now I'm going to add 1/4 cup of really good quality cocoa or raw cacao powder.
Antioxidants, a great excuse to eat chocolate.
Right. And what I really like about cooking this way, and as I'm learning how to cook, is that I know exactly everything that's in there.
Right.
And you can
recognize
the words.
exactly.
And they're words that a 5th grader can pronounce, and because it's a whole food. So next is a 1/4 cup of raw unsweetened coconut. This part of the filling, I'm going to take and put in a bowl, and I'm going to actually end up mixing it back in. But first, I want to make the date paste.
Because of you guys, I always have date paste now in my fridge to use for everything.
Everything.
Paste is, you can dip an apple into it. It's such a great substitute for refined and processed sweeteners. So I have 8 ounces of dates. It's soaked in 8 ounces of orange juice because I like orange juice, but you could have soaked it in almond milk. You could have soaked it in pomegranate juice. I've done it in cherry juice water, but like a little bit of hint of orange.
Sounds like a party.
Yeah, and then a little bit more vanilla. Alcohol.
Now it's really a party.
Yeah, look at
I
that.
got crazy. I love vanilla. I love
maniac.
vanilla. And vanilla and chocolate just go so good together. So basically, this is how you make date paste, and you can use it for all your sweetening needs. So now that took less time to make than the nut butter, and you can see we have a very smooth, creamy, delicious.
Smells
paste.
like orange.
It does.
So good.
This won't get super hard in the fridge, but it will get a little bit thicker. But this date paste is great. You can bake with it. You can make raw desserts with it. And now I add back the mixture of the nut butter, cacao, and coconut. And that's it. And this took less time than it would to break an egg and bake a cake. All I do is put it over the crust.
Looks really good.
And it really tastes good. It does take a few hours to set up in the freezer, but what's really interesting is that even when we freeze this, it will get firm enough to slice, but it won't get so rock hard, so you can eat it from the freezer. This is a very rich...
Oh, it's very rich. It's very dense. Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's nutrient dense, and it's high in all these different really like intense flavors, so you just need a little piece. So that's kind of a good way to get less calories.
Food has nutrients in it. Your brain recognizes it, your stomach recognizes it, and you're not driven to overeat.
How long do you have to freeze it for?
Depending on a person's freezer, at the restaurant we had a deep freeze, so it took a couple hours. It could be several hours or even overnight. Just to make it pretty, we're going to sprinkle
that
it
is pretty.
with a little coconut.
It's fancy.
And get this one
Remove
off.
that,
And
yeah.
then these are cacao nibs. Juliana, what are these? Because I always
It's
get
basically just cocoa beans. It's just like
Just
little
chopped
raw,
up, okay.
Yeah, just chopped up raw cacao. It's just the beans from the Theobroma cacao plant.
and this just gives it a little crunch. Obviously, I can't open this right now, Juliana, because I'm going to
Oh,
open
it'll
it.
all mush out.
It'll all
But we
mush
can
out.
take a spoon.
But we have one already made
All
that
right,
we're going to
all
show
right.
you in just a second.
Good.
First, we have to show you the sauce.
Oh, right,
Sauce.
it's a sauce.
It's called a raspberry
Coulis.
It's a French word for sauce. All we have here is a pound of frozen organic raspberries that I've let defrost.
And we love raspberries because they've got tons of antioxidants. Like this is phytonutrient heaven in here.
Well, color is a clue, right?
Color is a clue if you want to get the rainbow every single day because then you're getting a whole vast variety of phytonutrients.
I really like living by that rule because I like colors a lot.
But you want to
Good.
get it from fruits and vegetables, not from Skittles and Starburst.
Right.
Oh.
Real natural colors. Right, exactly.
All right.
So it's really easy. I just bought a pound of frozen organic raspberries and let them defrost. And then again, the only sweeteners we use are dates. These are just some few dates. I don't know, 10 or 12. I had soaking in some almond milk.
Almond milk, yep.
That was 20 seconds.
Look how bright that is.
This is so pretty.
So pretty, and there's nothing artificial, no food coloring, nothing.
It's great. I mean, we're going to use this on the dessert, but you can put this on pancakes.
Mm-hmm.
You could put this on oatmeal. You can put this in your smoothie. This is great stuff to have.
Right in your mouth.
Yeah.
We'll just cut you guys a nice slice. And what I love is that it firmed up, but it's not so hard that we can't eat it. So I like to put it over the sauce.
Pretty. So it looks like a gourmet restaurant.
Look at that. Doesn't matter how it looks if it doesn't taste good.
True that. Yes. Saucy and sassy.
I can't believe that was just out of those ingredients that we have.
Everyone can eat this.
So both Chef AJ and Juliana have their own books that you can get on Amazon. What are they called?
Mine is The Complete Idiot's Guide to Plant-Based Nutrition.
And mine is called Unprocessed.
And any information on other things going on around town, you can always go to NoHoArtsDistrict.com.
You're looking for a date. You find a cute guy. You go, "Excuse me, sir, will you lick my sauce?" And then
Like my sauce? Oh no, don't say that. Do not try this at home.